Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Thanks so much for joining. I'm the founder of Ashes to Beauty Ministries. Today I'm answering a question that I received from one of my viewers on this channel about how long does it take to get over the betrayal that you suffered through narcissistic abuse. And so this person, I know them personally, so I know their story. And basically, in addition to suffering the narcissistic abuse, like so many of us, we also experienced betrayal that comes once you try to disclose to your family or friends what has actually been happening with the narcissist the whole time. And so she was her story wasn't embraced by her family and by a lot of her friends, and they actually took the abuser's side. And she is wondering, how long does it take for that wound to heal? And there's something super important to recognize, which is that time alone doesn't heal wounds. Time does not heal wounds. It's what you do with the time that is going to matter the most. What you do at that time is going to determine actually if you heal or not. And so there isn't a certain period of time. It's not like in 6 weeks it'll be over, in 6 years it'll be over. It isn't like that. And so if you're just trying to wait out the pain, essentially, like just wait for that magic number to come, it's never going to happen. So quite honestly, it's up to you. It's up to you how quickly you want to get rid of that trauma being stored and stuck in your body, having those memories haunt your mind and affect your brain, and all of the other components to this have to do with what you want to have happen and how quickly you want them to happen. So for example, if I really want to heal, I'm going to do things necessary for me to heal. I'm going to either see a psychologist, or I'm going to get a therapist of some sort, or I'm going to hire a life coach, or I'm going to start opening up about my experience with friends, or I'm going to join a support group, or whatever it is that I need to do. Maybe I need to be more physically active. I'm going to, join a gym once they reopen, or I'm going to start biking every day, or I'm going to go start running every day, or whatever it is that you want to do. You're going to watch a fitness video on YouTube every day. Or maybe you need to start eating more healthy, so you start being more aware of what you're putting into your body. You start being aware of what you're consuming in terms of information. So what you watch on the TV, or what you read, or what you listen to, the music that you listen to, all of that stuff are things that you can start doing to help yourself heal and to put yourself in the best environment possible for you to heal. Your environment has a lot to do with whether or not you heal. So if you try to remain in the same situation, so let's say in this situation, again, I'm familiar with this lady's experience, so I know what is going on. So if she was to, for example, let's say stay in this situation and try to make the relationships work with her family and friends that had betrayed her, that's putting herself into that atmosphere that caused her to have this wound in the first place. So that wouldn't be a very great idea. The best thing for her to do is to focus on her and her needs right now, and to start creating a new atmosphere, one that's going to be not only conducive to her healing, but also to her eventual goals that she wants to accomplish in life. So her own wishes, her own purpose, and things like that. That doesn't necessarily mean that all of these relationships are lost forever. It just means that right now you can't keep stewing in the same environment that made you sick in the first place. That's never going to help you heal. So in the meantime, you need to recognize that separation is sometimes a real blessing and something that you need to gravitate towards. You need to embrace that. And then you need to use the time wisely. So you need to start investing in the things that are going to help you heal. You can't continue to touch a wound over and over and over and expect it to heal. So let it alone and start focusing on yourself. Start working through forgiveness inside of your own self. And you're going to notice that time is working for you and not against you. That's really where the tipping point is going to be for you, because if you are constantly thinking about how much time you've wasted with a narcissist, or all of the unfair things that have happened to you and how unfair people have treated you, time is going to go real slow, and it's going to seem as though you've made no progress even 6 months later. And sometimes, truth be told, even the process of recovery, when you are actively doing things and actively pursuing recovery, it can seem as though you haven't made any progress. And so this is why I talk a lot about journaling and learning to use those techniques to really track your thought processes, so that you can see when you're having unhealthy thoughts, when you're having toxic rumination patterns, and so you can stop those things, so you can start doing healthy habits, you can start doing healthy behaviors. And when you're doing healthy behaviors, all of a sudden you're going to realize, like, wow, it's been a month and I haven't thought about, person X in a long time. I haven't thought about that person for this whole month. And normally, I would have been constantly thinking about them almost all day. And so you're really going to be able to track your progress once you start journaling, once you start keeping yourself accountable to the types of behaviors you want to see yourself doing. So again, this could be eating healthy, this could be watching less TV, this could be moving more, whatever it is. Those things are going to add up quickly, but you need to be responsible to yourself about tracking those things so that you actually do them. You actually recognize the fact that you are making progress, you are doing something. There is no such thing as a magic number of, like, when you hit the year mark, you're gonna recognize the fact that you're completely healed. That's not true. And if you pay attention to any comments on these types of channels that talk about narcissistic abuse and recovery, you're gonna notice a lot of bitter people who haven't gotten over the abuse, even though it's happened decades ago. And again, I don't believe in forgive and forget. I don't believe in that process. Like, the memories and experiences that you have are meant to serve you, but they shouldn't control your whole life. They shouldn't control everything that you think about. They shouldn't control whether or not you move forward as a person, you develop, you adapt, you continue to achieve things in your life. So your memories should never be like your prison guards. They should never be holding you in one place. They should serve you as you're moving forward, as you're stepping forward in life. So it really there isn't a certain set time is the answer to this question. And in fact, if you find yourself constantly feeling like you're just miserable all of the time, and you really haven't truly progressed, even in decades since the abuse happened, really start taking a look at what you're doing to move forward, because unless you're intentional about it, it's never going to happen. And you're going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is getting you nowhere. So this all has to do with you taking back control over your life. Stop giving the narcissist power, even now when you're separated from the narcissist, you don't talk to them anymore, you don't have any contact or whatever. This situation is done. Start moving forward with your life. That's how you take back control over the things that the narcissist tried to steal from you, tried to keep you from getting. You need to move forward. You need to know what you are here to do and start going to do those things. And again, being accountable to yourself, using time for you, not against you, recognizing the fact that you have the power to do whatever it is that you want to do in life. You can absolutely start again. You can absolutely start a new life again. You can rebuild whatever it is that you've lost or whatever has been taken from you. There isn't such a thing as, it's gone forever. Every day you get the opportunity to start a new beginning. So you really need to be intentional with your routines. You need to be intentional with your time and start using all of the little minutes that you have in the day to be like little soldiers moving forward for you, taking back things for you, serving you ultimately. And that is true no matter what the situation is, but it's especially true for people who have suffered narcissistic abuse. Recognizing that they have the power, especially when they've probably been used to not having any power. It's super important that you start to renew your mind and start to rehearse that to yourself. I have control over my life. I make my memories serve me. I don't I am not a slave to my past. My past can play out differently in my future. My past serves my future. Those things, you need to start saying those things to yourself. You need to start really embracing those truths and doing actions behind them. So putting actions to those words. My past serves me, and here's how my past is going to serve me today. You know, that kind of stuff, very specific, measurable goals that you can start tracking to make sure that you're on your way to recovery. And in my case, not only is it about recovery, I went through my own process of healing and all of that, but now I get to teach other people. I get to share my experience with people, and so it continues to serve me. So not only am I taking back control of my life, but I'm making sure that the narcissist is still serving me even now. Even to this day, the narcissist has blessed me. This has given me not just a testimony that I can tell one time, but I'm teaching other people how to shape their own life stories, how to really take back control over their life narrative and start writing a different story every single day that they move forward. And the same is true for each one of you watching this video, each one of you who has been touched by narcissistic abuse, who has suffered this type of wound. You get to pass that on. It's a gift that you can give to somebody else. You get to teach them how to do it. You get to tell them your story of overcoming this situation, and never underestimate how important that is, how many lives you can change simply by living out your life, simply by writing a different ending. You know, when everybody thinks that your story should end a certain way, go ahead and hit them with a plot twist. It's your life. You get to decide. So I hope this video answers the question, how long does it take to recover from narcissistic abuse? And the answer is, it's up to you. So you guys, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on that little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.